viewers, this is Lady B Breaking News Channel. If this is your first time of watching my YouTube channel, press that red button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will cost you nothing. You try and encourage me now. Click to that red button and on the notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you will get informed. Today story is about Nnamdi Kanu. I go like make una watch the video from the beginning to the end, make una know exactly wetin dey happen for Nigeria. No be wetin I go use my mouth talk, but make una listen. If una get any comments, make una comment for the comment section.
Whoever controls political power controls everything. That is why the Fulani will tell you that the Yoruba, they have the economy, the Igbos, they have the petty trading, and then they have nothing else. If you take away government from us, we have nothing else, because Britain told them. Britain, first of all, armed the Fulani, gave them the military. That's number one. They control the guns, and they control the signature of power. All of you are slaves. Doesn't matter what you say. All of you are slaves. That is phase. That one is phase one. I'm coming to go to phase two. That is their plan. This is how they plan to take over your lives, to render you inconsequential and useless. Whereas using Yoruba papers for punch, this Yoruba paper, Tribune, to be massaging you, our Nigeria, our country, the first Nigerian to win Grammy Award, the first Nigerian to win Oscar. Nigerian has run 100 meters to be massaging your foolishness and your idiocy, while pulling an own engine, going underground and moving into your villages. Phase two of your ignorance. Phase two of your ignorance. Listen. We are doing phase one. This is this. I'm going to publish this. It is a lesson. This should be studied in every unit. It's a lesson. How Fulani conquered all of you. In broad daylight, Koro conquered you and took over your land. Who knows you? As no pastor to Gandiara, mad people. Fulani took over your land. We talk about cattle. Came to, hey, we are not Biafra. We are prejudice. We are South. We are Nigeria. Do you own any oil well? That's us, no? You fools. Because Britain understands that if you join Biafra, they can no longer have free access to your oil and your gas fields. You do not understand it. It's common sense. Divided you fall. Phase two. They moved to put all arms. Ebe, gun. That's all. Arms means ebe, gun. And bullet. Fulani moved to put every gun and bullet under Fulani control. How did they do it? You asked. Our brother told us how they did it. This evening I will tell you how they managed to do it. In very simple arithmetic. Chief of Army Staff, Fulani. Chief of Naval Staff, Fulani. Which means that the head of the army of the whole of Nigeria is the Fulani man. Mind you, president is Fulani. Also, the Fulani president, because Buhari is long dead. Well, I'll come into that this year. Chief of Army Staff, the controller of, because when I say Chief of Army Staff, some of you may, because they no longer teach you anything in your schools, you may not understand what it means. Chief of Army Staff means the man, your that controls the army, is Fulani. Chief of Naval Staff, you know those that wear white in the desert, those morons, they wear white. It's somebody from somewhere where there is no water, from an arid desert, is the Chief of Naval Staff. Dealing with water. Or should I say armaments on top of water. Chief of Naval Staff is Fulani. IG of Police, the overall of police. You see those those police you see, their controller is Fulani. The Director General of DSS, those ones that kidnap people at night in the name of state security. There is Fulani, your DSS is Fulani. The National Security Advisor, the one that will tell the presidency where to take troops to, is that Nigeria, is Fulani. Hi, and you all of you tell me went to school. Nigerians. I'm graduated now. I read law. I read agric engineering. I want to do my youth service. Now I know that your brain cells are not complete. Now listen. National Security Advisor Fulani, Minister of Defense Fulani, these are the people that control arms and decide where troops go. Commander of NSCDC, I think it's Civil Defense Fulani. Chairman of NDLEA, Drugs Agency Fulani, not minding that Fulani people take more tramadol than anybody else. All intelligence services, military and civilian, are all Fulani. Now, tell me the definition of domination. Those of you that claim you're from South Nigeria, all that rubbish. Now, define domination for me. Define it. People without brain, define domination for me. There are. Oh, you think I finished? No, I've not finished though. Everybody you see carrying gun in Nigeria, the Oga is Fulani. So, in other words, you will have to rely on a Fulani man to give you order to pursue a Fulani terrorist killing your mother in the village. And the order will never come. National Intelligence Agency, Fulani. The Director of Military Intelligence, Fulani. The Director of Naval Intelligence, Fulani. The Director of Air Force Intelligence, Fulani. Immigration, Fulani. Presidency, Fulani, and the list is endless. And you are in Nigeria. The people want to dominate you. Hey, you believe the warrior. You believe the warrior. Gospel of heaven. Are they going to disprove it? Just of them, it's a hate speech. Are you telling me that the heads of all these ministries, all these arms-bearing ministries, are false? They are no longer Fulani, is that what you're saying? Now listen. Those who have command of arms in a country are masters of the state and have in their power to make whatever changes they please. They have the government in Asarok, they have army, they have air force, they have police, they have immigration, they have customs, they have intelligence agencies. Everywhere is them, police, everything is full on a janjaweed. They decide who lives and who dies. They decide who to proscribe and who to leave. Do you know why they have not proscribed to do the agitation? Because they don't want to pour fuel into the fire. They are very crafty. Britain told them, oh no, don't touch them, don't touch Yoruba. Focus on Biafra. You cannot fight war on two fronts. Very simple, very clever. So among your Duduwa brothers can agitate in the open, no problem. Nobody will open fire on them. Oh dear. Every organ licensed to bear arms in Nigeria, their Oga is the Fulani. We continue our gospel. Who's your Martinek? Nigerians must surrender their arms except Fulani herdsmen. Still not fully comfortable with the capacity of other Nigerians to offer resistance. After we launched our ESN, warriors of God. ESN, warriors of God, I'm telling you. Mr. Security Network. They never said anything about banning everybody. Once we launched ESN, and our Duduwa brethren, they rose up as well to say enough is enough. They made the announcement. Nigerian police that previously never saw any AK-47 and never challenged them openly. I challenge the Nigerian police and Nigerian army to tell me where they engaged Fulani terrorists in the forest before. In the whole of Nigeria, where? In Kaduna. Instead of fighting them, El Rufai was giving them money. Nigerian army was ferrying weapons to them. PhD holders, learned, we the elite, learned people in Nigeria. Name one single instance or incident where Nigerian army or police engaged rampaging Fulani headsmen. Name one location. And how many Fulani attacks have we had in the past 5 years? Over 1,000. Not one single police or army response or confrontation with these murderers from the Sahel. What does that tell you about your one Nigeria? What does that tell you about one Nigeria? All you need to know. The one Nigeria. Ignorance is a disease. They never acknowledged that Fulani people were bearing AK-47 until they announced it. Every Nigerian in 21 days, unless it's to bring it back. And this was targeted at Eastern Security Network and nobody else. And the Fulani bearing terrorists and murderer, a rapist and a bandit. Till today, they're still carrying their guns till this very minute in the zoo. How many of them have been arrested? How many, I'm asking you? Because of you idiots that believe in your useless one Nigeria, how many people have they arrested so far bearing arms? Fulani? None. Instead, they give them more. They even give them army uniform. Again, there was something that Aristotle said. He said, both oligarch and tyrant mistrust the people and therefore deprive them of their arms. Anybody who is asking you not to be armed, that person is an oppressor. Is a tyrant. Danjuma said you should get arms. Former defense minister of Nigeria, when his village came under attack, he now realized and said, oh, please go and get arms, so all of you go and get your guns and your weapons. Phase 4 of your conquest. You Nigerian idiots from the south, phase 4 of your conquest. They took over all your money. Do you know in Nigeria, even if you have a USD account, a DOM account, you cannot send money abroad. They have what they call the single TRO, that SCA account, all that rubbish. Remember that when Buhari was alive, the first thing he did was to consolidate and centralize the money. They want to deprive you of your money. That's what they're doing. They brought in BVN, CCN, NIN. Every day is controlled. Some of you fail to see it because you're blind. You are all educated in the zoo. You know nothing. You didn't go to that is not school. They went to plant ignorance in your brain. You think you're going to school doing your lectures where what they were feeding you is subservience and ignorance. How to be subservient and an ignorant fool in a country of fools. There's something in Syria. There's something in Fulani cow, I'm telling you the truth. After they make love to the cow, they wash their face with the urine from the cow. Everything from the cow. They do. No, maybe, I don't know what they have done to us. Maybe it's from the cow. People said I should preach the gospel of heaven. From heaven itself. The 4 highest revenue earners we are put in the hands of Fulani Muslims from the north. NMPC is in their hands. Federal Inland Revenue Service is in their hands. Oh God in heaven. God in Nigerian Post Authority is in their hands. Customs, Fulani. Colonel Hamid Ali, a Muslim Fulani. That is not all. How about people that spend money in Nigeria? How about those governmental departments that spend now? I've told you those that collect the money from all of us or sell oil and gas for us, all Fulani. How about those that are now going to spend the money? Defense, Department of Finance, Education, Justice, Federal Capital Territory, Agriculture, Police Affairs, Aviation, Communication, Power, Water Resources and Humanitarian Affairs. All of them are headed by, surprise, Fulani. Those that get the money, Fulani. Those that spend it, Fulani. They need to control the money. That is how they were able to bribe the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria to write stupid, idiotic report about Lekki shootings. With that money, they can buy over AFP to issue fake news and also fact-check the fake news. From that money, they can pay off Facebook. From that money, they can pay Wall Street Journal. They can buy off BBC. They can buy off CNN. In other words, they can come to the streets of Abuja and slaughter as many Shia Muslims as they like. You will not hear PIM anywhere in the world. From this money, they bribe United Nations officials and diplomats. From this money, they bribe African Union. From this money, they bribe EU. They bribe them, they give them money. And you are all slaves, all of you, because you are ignorant. Very, very ignorant. And sadly so. Sadly so. Now listen to me. The list has not finished though. EFCC. Is now Fulani is so clever. Fulani controls where the money comes from, NMPC, customs, all the rest of it. Fulani decides who spends the money. Fulani in defense, finance. And Fulani is now in charge of who commits corruption or who steals money. EFCC is Fulani. There's this little boy, I don't know if he's even up to 25 years of age. They put as EFCC Director General. Fulani. ICPC, Fulani. NFIU, Fulani. PPDF, is it PPDF, Fulani? All those idiotic acronymed agencies telling you a federal airports authority with Fulani, FAN they call it, FAMA, Federal Road Maintenance Agency, Fulani, NTA, Fulani, NYSC, Fulani. No wonder they see Nigeria as an Islamic state. And then they brought Okada to you. All those Okada people you're saying, if you can speak passable Fufude or Hausa, they give you Okada, you come to the south. They were their spies for very many years. They were their, should I say, sleeper cells that they implanted into our villages. It's those shining shoes for us, those cutting our nails. You didn't know that they were spies and agents of Fulani Janjaweed march to the Atlantic Ocean. Now they are everywhere, like locusts everywhere. And they are the people now killing and maiming at will. In the daytime, they are Okada riders. In the evenings, they are Fulani terrorists in the bushes. They have now occupied our forest. At phase 6, they are now in our forest telling us, the same people they said we are foreigners before, they are now telling us that they are entitled to ranches in our home towns and villages. I know that Umahi has signed up to it. But as you know, we have ESN, there will be no ranch. I'm sure you know that. It cannot happen. Other people can play with that rubbish, but not anywhere in Biafra land. And if you are a governor and you want a second term, you now have to agree to Ruga or Fulani settlement in your state. Then INEC will write for you, or you enter into agreement with Mietiala. You people are truly slaves. Truly slaves. One thing they never counted upon was the resilience and they never say die attitude of the average Biafran. We don't support evil. We are free people. And Britain wants to experiment with Biafran people. They want to prove to themselves that we are white people.